Today I want to talk about how you can research and look into different professions that you may be considering if you are thinking you want to be in the medical field, but you're not quite sure where you fit in. Welcome to the PA platform. I'm Savannah Perry. I'm a pre-PA coach, and I help people figure out what they want to do with their lives and if that's becoming a PA. And I'm also a dermatology PA myself, so I did choose that profession and I love it. But I was also someone who didn't know what I wanted to do. I was a bio major at UGA, just trying to figure it out. So today I want to talk about how you can research and look into different professions that you may be considering if you are thinking you want to be in the medical field, but you're not quite sure where you fit in. If you do want to be a PA and want to see more videos, make sure you subscribe, like, share this video, and leave a comment with any questions you have as far as choosing a healthcare profession or being a PA. In the description, you'll find tons of links and resources to help you out, especially if PA is your goal. If med school is your goal, check out Medical School HQ. And if you're just pre-health or trying to figure it out, just sign up for MAPT. That link is in the description as well, but there are different tracks, or you can just say pre-health for now. Keep track of your hours, your grades, everything you need in one place for when you do make a decision and you're ready to apply, you'll have it good to go. Applying is one of the most stressful parts, and if you can stay on top of it from the beginning, it will make your life so much easier. MAPT is your pre-health bestie, and you can get that information in the description. I think as a pre-health student, you have so many voices around you. You have parents, friends, advisors, teachers, all these people saying, you should do this, you could do this, this is your potential, don't do that, why would you choose that? And it can be hard to tune all of those out. I definitely felt that. I had my dad saying, you should definitely be a PA. And then I had other family members saying, like, why don't you want to be a doctor? And that was a little bit difficult to deal with at times, of having to feel like I was explaining myself. But to be honest, in the healthcare profession, no matter what you end up with, you're going to be explaining yourself. So you should probably get used to it now. But I don't think there's a bad choice. From being a pre-PA coach over the last 10 years, unfortunately, I've worked with people who have thought they wanted to be PAs and ended up putting a lot of time, effort, money into this and then changing their mind. On the flip side, I've worked with people who have done the opposite in other areas. They thought they were pre-med, pre-dent, nursing, pre-PT, even in non-medical areas, and then have decided to pursue the PA profession. And that's fine. You can change your mind. You can pick something else at any time and pursue it. What are you going to lose? Maybe a little time, maybe a little bit of money, but what is that compared to you being happy and satisfied in your career? I would rather you take the time now to get into those things and think about them and just know that you can change it at any point. But I'm going to help you navigate that a little bit. I want to help you try to avoid taking those detours if you don't have to. So flashback to freshman year at UGA, I was a bio major because in my mind, if you were pre-health, you just did bio and there wasn't anything else. I did not research other majors. I didn't look into anything. I don't know why. I should have. But I was like, okay, I'm a bio major. That's what you do if you want to go into medicine. And from that point, I didn't know what I wanted to do with that. My parents are teachers. They aren't from a medical background. And as much as they love and support and encourage me, they couldn't really help direct me when it came to these professions. No one in our family had ever gone to med school. I had a cousin who was like in the process maybe of applying or starting med school, but I really didn't have those direct resources. I think it's a little bit different if you have family members in medicine. I think about it now as I'm a PA, my husband is a physician, and our kids, they hear us talking about medical things and we show them things and show them what we do. My daughter's come to work with me before. And so it's a little bit different for them because they have this extra layer of exposure beyond just going to the doctor and seeing healthcare professionals in that setting, which can be a little bit scary. For contrast, my sister went into business. She had some medically complex things as a child, some autoimmune stuff going on. And so she saw doctors a lot. She was in and out, getting blood drawn, all this stuff. And for her, that was a major turnoff. To this day, I can't talk about anything that I do or anything squeamish or gory because she can't handle it. And that just shows how different we are. But I do wonder how that will impact my kids with having parents in the medical profession. But anyway, I just didn't have that type of guidance. So while I became a PA and I love my job, there are a few things that I would first start looking for if you are considering a job in health. One resource I highly recommend is Mappd. If you go to mappd.com, and the link is in the description, you can start tracking all of your stuff over this process of you figuring things out, of you deciding what you want to do, your experiences, your grades. You can get a snapshot of what your application might look like, what you look like as a student, to make sure you're on track. I see so many people who get to the end of school or after school and decide what they want to do, and then they've got to do a lot of backtracking because they weren't really paying attention throughout that process. So first, I would just look up professions and see what catches your eye. Maybe watch some videos of people. I'm a PA, there's doctors who work in so many different specialties, nurses, NPs, nurse practitioners, which are a little bit different. They're more similar to PAs, respiratory therapist, occupational therapist, physical therapist, speech language pathologist, dental, podiatry, vet medicine if you're interested in animals, pharmacology, so many things that you could consider. So then you need to figure out your priorities. What is important to you in your future profession? What do you want to actually be doing? Schedule, salary, location, who do you want to work with? Do you work better solo? Do you want a hospital setting, a private practice setting? Do you feel very strongly that you want to deliver babies? Do you want to work with a certain population, a certain age group? Figuring out those things will also help you weed some of this out. So once you have some options of professions, you know your priorities, what you're looking for. And this could also be the same for specialties. If you know you want to be a PA, start looking at specialties and see what's out there and figure out what's important to you. As I was looking at these things, I found that length of schooling as well as salary. Like, I wanted to get out and start practicing seeing patients. And I wanted to make enough money to support my family and myself and to feel like the work I'd put in was worth it. So looking at salary and something called debt to income ratio, like how much are you going to make compared to how much debt you'd have to take out. So depending on where you work as a PA, usually that's pretty good. One thing I did that I think was helpful was I looked up job listings for different professions in the area that I wanted to work, just to see what was available. I found that in where I wanted to work in Georgia, there were many more PA listings than NPs. So that kind of confirmed for me that, okay, there were more options for PAs there versus NPs, and that's different in different areas. So I would just say, before you completely commit or jump into something, just consider these things and put yourself in those shoes of, if I were a PA right now, what would that look like? Where could I work? What would my salary be? Would I be happy? What limitations would I have in that job? And put all that together so that you can feel confident that you're making a great choice for you. I've had some questions recently, and we have a counseling session called Is PA the Fit for Me?, where you can meet with one of our coaches and dive into some of this and talk to somebody who's been through the process to help you clarify that. We'll put that link in the description, as well as a discount code. We have this book for pre-PAs as well, the Pre-PA Workbook. It's on Amazon. It walks you through the whole process with worksheets and everything you need to know from start to finish, as far as getting into PA school, the application process, all the things. Make sure to check that out. So I hope that was helpful. Let's recap. First, do some research on professions that you would be qualified for to figure out what you may be interested in. Make your priority list and then see how those compare. And then the final step is just talk to people. Talk to everyone. Watch videos, tell everyone what you're thinking. You'll make connections, you'll network, and hopefully get some insight and advice from people who are doing what you may want to do so that you can make sure it's the right fit. You have to choose what's right for you, the best option for yourself, for your goals, what you want your life to look like, what you want your path to look like, where you want your time to go. So spending some time up front, doing this research and putting in some thought and some reflection can help you avoid making a mistake. I hope that was helpful. I know it was a little different than just like straight PA content, but I love talking about this stuff. And if you have any questions, insights, want to share your experience, please leave it in the comments. Like, subscribe, share this video, and make sure you follow the PA platform so you don't miss out on any videos. Thanks for watching.